social media for 5 minutes. Could you stop hating Fantastic Beasts and stop hating J.K. Rowling for 5 minutes? Nah, only kidding. If Fantastic Beasts is not your cup of butterbeer, I totally respect your opinion. I mean, this is not so a video designed to change the haters' minds or say they're wrong. It's just how I feel about the franchise. Hey guys, Harry Thomas here, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Fantastic Beasts Month. The first day of it, with The Secrets of Dumbledore coming out literally next week, and I'm going to see it so fucking excited. Can't fucking wait to review it. I thought that I would go back to month themes as my previous one was Star Wars month when The Rise of Skywalker came out back in 2019, and I'm finally feeling in the mood to bring that back to my channel. And the first video will be a defense of the Fantastic Beasts franchise, mainly the first two movies. I'll be particularly defending The Crimes of Grindelwald, as that one gets the most hate. And I will just give my points and go into detail why I personally feel the Fantastic Beasts movies are vastly underrated and don't deserve nearly as much hate as they get from critics and audiences, and why, in my unpopular opinion, they're really not that bad, and actually do J.K. Rowling's Wizarding World a great service rather than a disservice. I am sick and tired of hearing nothing but rant videos on YouTube about Fantastic Beasts as saying, oh, how they suck and how they destroyed the franchise. The haters treat these movies like they're a crime against humanity or something, and they even hate on people who defend them, which is just wrong. The people are entitled to like these movies, guys. Not every Wizarding World movie has to be Harry Potter to be good. So I think the haters are becoming way too toxic and taking the hate way to the extreme, to the point where they're becoming like this toxic Star Wars fan base where they hate anything that's not the original Star Wars trilogy, just like Wizarding World fans are now hating anything that's not Harry Potter. And I'm not going to be talking about the Harry Potter movies in this month are just a Fantastic Beasts, as it's about damn time Fantastic Beasts got a love video instead of a hate one for a change, am I right? And say what you want about J.K. Rowling's tweets on the transgender community, maybe she should have kept her honest thoughts to herself, as no denying she's offended a ton of people. But she's still the greatest storyteller of all time. No other author has created a world so detailed and so enriched and so beloved. So I don't think the fans should walk away from the Wizarding World entirely because they don't agree with her thoughts. I think that's a little harsh personally, and I think the fans should just move on from what J.K. Rowling said at this point. It's in the past and nobody's perfect, and she's still a good person deep down with good intentions. And those who want David Yates replaced as a director, whether you like it or not, he's staying with the series until the end. He is going to see the Fantastic Beasts series out just like he did Harry Potter, which I am super happy about. And if the Star Wars sequel trilogy taught us anything, it shows that a change of director is not always the smartest option. Having one consistent director will help the series have more focus in its story arc. Fantastic Beasts movies is more intelligent than other franchises in that it doesn't fall into the trap of nostalgia. I mean, Marvel and Disney have especially made this mistake with Disney, rehashing their animated classics into live action and cashing in on the nostalgia of your childhood, which is the laziest form of filmmaking, in my opinion, and Marvel particularly giving us nostalgia overload in Spider-Man No Way Home. But Fantastic Beasts, thankfully, does not retell Harry Potter all over again. It's not afraid to tell an entirely different story of entirely different characters in the Wizarding World, and thank goodness we get to see much more of the Wizarding World than just Hogwarts. The first Fantastic Beasts movie, Where to Find Them, having no Hogwarts at all, and I applaud that decision. I mean, yes, we see snippets of Hogwarts in The Crimes of Grindelwald, but it's for narrative purposes, not nostalgia. And yes, we know that the characters that feature in Harry Potter are going to survive this franchise, and so we know it's going to lead to Dumbledore and Grindelwald's famous duel in 1945, but it's the way the story is executed that keeps me gripped. I like Newt Scamander better as a lead than Harry. He's not the cliched chosen one whose parents I thank God he actually is a far more original character. He is a solitary person who does end up getting caught up in the situation because he knows in its heart it's the right thing to do, not because he's the chosen one. And how fantastic is it we have some American characters in Fantastic Beasts, as the Wizarding World is technically a British and American franchise. So I think American audiences will really love seeing how Wizarding World is portrayed in their country. And I don't know a single person who hasn't praised Newt, Tina, Queenie, and Jacob as our four leads, because they are such a wonderful characters, and I pray we see more of them with the four of them together in the later movies. But not only do I think Fantastic Beasts has superior protagonist to Harry Potter, I also say it has a superior antagonist and a threat in the form of Gellert Grindelwald, who we briefly saw in Harry Potter, but now we finally get to fully see his true glory in Fantastic Beasts. And as much as I was stunned by Johnny Depp's portrayal of him in The Crimes of Grindelwald, I personally have no issue with him being recast as Mads Mikkelsen, as I can't wait to see what Mads Mikkelsen does with the role, as Mads was born to play a character like that. And James Newton Howard's score to me is the two most underrated scores in the Wizarding World, and the Fantastic Beasts theme, the da 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 da. Oh, I mean, why does nobody talk about it? Thank God they didn't just reuse the Hogwarts theme all over again for these films. Plus, James Newton Howard's soundtrack for The Crimes of Grindelwald, I have particularly listened to these past 4 years on repeat, with Lita's Confession, Vision of War, Spread the Word, Wands into the Earth, and Restoring Your Name, and The Thestral Chase being my personal favourites. And yes, sadly, now Ezra Miller has been arrested in Hawaii for sexual harassment, which has made me lose respect for him as a person. But that does not mean this franchise is doomed to fail. There are two ways this could go. Either they will have no choice but to recast Credence if Credence survives Secrets of Dumbledore, or they won't have to if Credence is killed off in the third film. But Harry Potter actors were recasted before due to actors getting themselves into trouble, just like when Crabbe's actor in the Deathly Hallows did not appear due to drug charges against the actor, which is why they replaced Crabbe with Goyle for the Room of Requirement battle. But if Harry Potter can still have a great publicity and be a hit despite controversy, then so can Fantastic Beasts. I don't see any difference. People also complain about a lack of action in the Fantastic Beasts movies, how they think they are just boring and overstuffed and sluggishly paced, to which I strongly beg to differ. I can count several epic action scenes in this movie right off the top of my head. Credence attacking Henry Shaw at his election campaign, Newt and Tina escape MACUSA, the MACUSA auras breaking into the blind pig, the pretty awesome final battle in the New York subway between Newt, Tina, and Grindelwald trying to protect Credence, and who can forget Grindelwald's astonishing escape in the opening of The Crimes of Grindelwald. And not to mention, the Crimes of Grindelwald may have the most electrifying final battle in the Wizarding World franchise, with a real emotional punch to it. And Grindelwald kind of won at the end of the second movie, which left us all going, okay, shit's getting real for our heroes now. And it's only the second movie in the series, which which is why people should not harshly judge this franchise. It's still young. We've still got to see the bigger picture yet. And to those who criticise the lack of verbal spells, people casting a spell before saying it, well, they did that in Harry Potter, and nobody had an uproar over that. And Credence surviving after presumably being killed at the end of Where to Find Them. J.K. Rowling kind of planned that from the very beginning. I mean, at the end of Where to Find Them, you see a tiny bit of his Obscurial fly out of the subway, and even in a deleted scene in The Crimes of Grindelwald, they show Credence coming back to life. And McGonagall being in these movies, despite them taking place before she was born, I'm okay with, because McGonagall could have easily have used the Time Turner, and plus, I'm not complaining, because I just love seeing McGonagall in anything. And to those who say the Fantastic Beasts movies just don't have the emotional core of Potter, well, I say they do. Do you not remember Lisa Lestrange's character, how emotional her storyline was? Just like a Harry Potter, Fantastic Beasts has charming and moments that melt your hearts when the characters are happy and together, and shockingly dark moments when we lose characters unexpectedly. J.K. Rowling is a genius at that. When you look at the behind the scenes into the making of these movies, you will appreciate them a lot more, and will see that the exact same care and attention to detail went into making them as the Harry Potter series. I mean, just look at the astonishing sets for Paris, London, the French ministry, Newt's house, even the circus. I will do a ranking video of all the beasts in Fantastic Beasts, but to address the criticism that the beasts don't play a large enough role in the narrative, and people are confused why these movies are titled Fantastic Beasts, I have a defense for that too. I mean, the Niffler has played a role in the narrative, well, countless times. I mean, if it wasn't for Teddy the Niffler right here, then Newt wouldn't have gotten the blood pack from Grindelwald, and Dumbledore never would have gotten it. Without the Thunderbird, they never would have been able to obliviate all the No-Majs in New York after the Obscurus destroyed half of it, and without the dragon-like creatures in the cage at the circus, Credence and Nagini never would have escaped. And without the Zorru, Newt, Tina and Lisa never would have made it out of the French ministry and escaped the Massagots. And who didn't laugh away at the moment when the Erumpans attempted to mate with Jacob, and who wasn't charmed by the Kelpie and all the beasts in Newt's house that Bunty was caring for? Newt's suitcase is just like the TARDIS from Doctor Who, but even cooler than that. I would love to live in that thing. Yeah, despite me making it out like nobody is on the Fantastic Beasts movie's side, that is untrue, and is far from the truth. In fact, I mean, there are plenty of fans of these movies, and not just myself. For the past couple of years, I've been following the Fantastic Beasts fans on social media to get all the important news updates about this upcoming third movie, The Secrets of Dumbledore, which had its premiere this week, and it was a lovely premiere, by the way. And it goes to show 20 years later, the Wizarding World fandom isn't dying down anytime soon. If anything, it's growing with the addition of Fantastic Beasts. And if I had a coin for every person I've met who just adores the Wizarding World and said it's a part of their DNA, I'd be a millionaire. So yeah, if you are somebody who, like me, likes Fantastic Beasts, just know you are not alone. Well, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And what are your thoughts? Do you agree and the Fantastic Beasts movies are severely underrated, or are you with the majority and you don't care for them nearly as much as Harry Potter? Please comment and let me know. Please like this video and subscribe. Please follow me on Twitter and on Instagram, and I'll see you next time. And my following Fantastic Beast related video will be my top 5 Fantastic Beast characters. And I don't know about you guys, but boy am I hyped to talk about Secrets of Dumbledore with you all. And remember, movies are us. Bye guys.